So, you just started playing shellshockers and you came across the Whipper, or P90 as I like to call it. Everyone seems to be getting MVPs left, right and centre of this thing, and you decided it's your turn to pick up this gun, and to become the next P90 champion. Well, I can't do miracles, but I can certainly help you improve that using the P90, and maybe, with some luck, you might just become that MVP. Without further ado, here are my favourite aiming, movement, positioning, and shooting techniques to help you improve at using this god tier gun. Let's get straight into it. Number 1. Aiming and shooting. P90 is a crazy overpowered spraying animal that if tamed, can become lethal to any unfortunate egg in your sights. With this being said, the fact that P90 has the ability to aim down sights is at best very impractical, considering its damage range is trash. Never zoom in or aim down the sights while shooting this gun, as all it does is decrease your aiming speed and ruin your visibility, giving you a massive disadvantage. Another topic we'll be covering is where to shoot. It's all fun and games spraying a P90 on your mum's Chromebook trackpad thinking you're the king of the world and getting the rare kill here and there. But what if I told you that you haven't even scratched the surface of the possibilities of this gun? Introducing where to shoot and how to lead. First up, we will cover where to shoot. Similar to the points discussed in my crackshot tutorial, you want to always be aiming in such a way that allows the bullets to hit the center of the egg you're shooting at by the time they reach them. You want to always be making sure that you do this, as the amount of damage you do per shot massively drops off of even the slightest off-track bullet. As you can see here, when I shoot in the middle of the egg, I kill the egg for around 5-ish shots, and in a very short amount of time. On the other hand, when I shoot even a little bit off from the center, my damage drops off quickly and I end up using a massive amount of bullets just to get one kill. Next up is leading. Leading is the practice of shooting a little bit ahead of the target you want to hit in order to account for the slow movement of your bullets. Unlike in other games such as Valorant, shellshockers has bullets that take time to reach their target. Luckily, as the P90 is a very close range weapon, you do not have to worry about this too much. As I mentioned just before, you have to be very accurate with your shots to get a quick kill. Leading takes practice to master, and often takes trial and error to perfect, as different distances require varying distances of lead. For now, I will just teach you the correct lead needed for most close range fights. As you can see here, my buddy Bob will be about 5-ish eggs distance away from me. When I shoot at them while they are still, I do the intended amount of damage, as you can see here. But whenever I shoot at them while they're walking, I start to do a lot less damage. But here's the trick. If I start predicting where they're headed, I can shoot a little bit ahead of them and the bullets will end up hitting them in the middle of the egg due to their velocity, securing me the kill. If you have been keeping a close eye on my demonstrations, you'll have noticed there's a lot of shots that still miss and seem to not go exactly in the middle of my crosshair. This is because the P90 starts to become inaccurate after a few shots, as you can see here. While this is not an issue at close range, for most medium range fights, I would recommend bursting your shots. Bursting is the act of firing for short amounts of time before your gun reaches a point where the bullets start becoming inaccurate. For the P90, I would recommend small bursts of 4 to 5 bullets before pausing for a moment and then firing again. This will allow you to still do damage at longer ranges. Alright, with aiming and shooting out of the way, on to number 2. Positioning. Positioning is an essential technique for all P90 players to master, as without it, you can very easily be killed by longer range weapons. Being close range puts you at a massive advantage against semi and crackshot users and even makes you invincible against RPG users. The ideal distance for shooting and engaging with the P90 is about 0 to 5 eggs away. This is because at any longer range than 5 eggs, crackshot, semi, and RPG users can now shoot at you. As a P90 user, your main aim is to try and pick only close fights. You can often achieve this by playing on close quarter maps such as Castle, Castle Arena, Catacombs, Egg Crates, and more, which all have common spawn points and areas where you are boxed in with other players who use guns that require a higher effective range. Last but not least, we have number 3, movement. Movement with the P90 is a simple but often hard to master set of jumps and strafes. Strafing is a term used to describe the act of jumping up and down and side to side while shooting in order to avoid bullets shot by your enemies with the intention of killing you. Try not to spam inputs too much, as this will hinder your accuracy. The most common types of strafing are the up, left, down, right, the quirky kid, the keyboard slammer, self-explanatory, and the sweat. The 2 types of strafing I will be covering are up, left, down, right, and a sweat. Let's do the up, left, down, right first. Similar to the name I coined this as, This strafe is mainly comprised of jumping left and right in either a rhythmic or randomly side to side way, the randomly side to side one being the best of the two. Here's left and right, and here is the random left and right. Now, onto the sweat. Never mind. Bro, you watched until the end? I love you, and to show that, I'm giving one random person who comments their favorite tip from this video and their highest P90 streak a super rare aviator hat. I ain't gonna force you a sub though. I have to earn that from you. If you did enjoy the video and do want to sub, thanks so much. We're closing in on that 3,000 subscriber mark, and you bet I'm gonna do a big giveaway for that. Also, if you wanted to watch that crackshot tutorial I mentioned, here it is. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next one. Peace.